Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, Central Indiana sports fans, and welcome to the Central Indiana Sports Report and my new daily podcast, Greg and His Friends Talk Sports. I'm your host, Greg Mengelt, and I'm about to fill you in on everything that went on around Central Indiana and in national sports on Monday, and look ahead to Tuesday with my friends. Coming up, Lamar Wilkerson and the Indiana Hoosiers had a huge night. Grant Shouse of the IU Report will join me to talk about it. Johnny Furphy is out for the season for the Pacers, and our Pacers guy, Mike Rich, will be up in a few minutes to share his thoughts. And Purdue has a big one tonight at Nebraska. Our Purdue guy, Jake Dunn, will be along to preview that one. Plus, a look ahead to lots of girls diving and boys basketball on this Tuesday evening. Before we get to all of that, I want to let you know what's going on at the Central Indiana Sports Report. Our IU report is usually released early Tuesday, but because Monday night's game on Monday, so it's a little late this week, I hope to have it Tuesday evening. It'll probably be Wednesday morning. Also, our regularly scheduled Purdue report should be on Wednesday as well. It could be a little late too because, of course, Purdue plays tonight. Thank you for joining us. My friends and I will be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the day after that and the day after that. Lamar Wilkerson went over 40 points for the second time this season, and the Indiana Hoosiers scored 56 second-half points in Monday's 92-74 win over Oregon. The Hoosiers' fifth win in their last 6 games. They're now 17-8, heading into a 2-game stretch, both games on the road at number 8 Illinois and number 13 Purdue. Wilkerson's 41 performance is the third most for any Hoosier since 1990. Wilkerson scored 44 against Penn State in December. Trey Stackson Davis scored 33 against Marshall in 21. And Alan Henderson also had 41 against Michigan State in 1994. My friends Grant Shouse, Mike Hudzel, and Dave Chanley of the IU Report were all there, and apparently they had a meeting without me. They will talk about it on the IU Report later tonight. And here's my friend Grant Shouse, who was at the game on Monday night, to talk about the Hoosiers' big win and Lamar Wilkerson's huge performance. Grant, I hear there was an unauthorized IU report without me.
There was an IU report reunion without you that just kind of fell into all of our laps. I just happened to be walking on the concourse at Assembly Hall on Monday night and ran into Mike Hutzel, shook his hand. Hey, Mike, how are you? Good to see you again. Second time I'd ever met Mike face to face. I talk to that guy on the phone almost every day. And he goes, he looks at me and goes, hey, Grant, this is Dave Chanley. And I see Dave Chanley standing there, shake his hand. Met him, met Jim Matthews, who was the old coach there at New Watts. And Jim's son, Jamie, played at Manchester, knows my dad from Manchester. So little connection there. But, yeah, there was a little bit of an IU report reunion without the ringleader, per se. So was disappointed. Should have taken a picture.
Are you planning on overthrowing me? Is that what's happening? Is this a coup?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Not
good.
necessarily yet. But if this great thing we have going right now ever fell through, then I think I'd collaborate with them.
Yeah, Dave's a great guy. Joins us a lot on the IndyCar Report. Dave has also joined the IU Report with Grant and Mike. Grant, huge win last night. Lamar Wilkerson is out of his mind.
Yeah, he was the Big Ten Player of the Week last week. He's playing really well, and not just he individually is playing well. This team has really played well lately. You know, the USC game was bad last week. That's the game they probably should have won out on the road, but they found ways to win. They found ways to dominate kind of the way they did against Oregon on Monday night. I'm excited to see what this team can do down the stretch. It's not going to be easy with Illinois on the road, Purdue on the road, Michigan State coming to town. There's going to be some challenges here down the stretch of the season, but I feel like this team is clicking at the right time, and they're fun to watch. Hopefully I'm right, but I'm confident that this is going to be an NCAA tournament team.
Sure looks like it. And one of the keys to a college basketball season is having a go-to scorer. They clearly have that.
Yeah, they clearly do have that with Lamar Wilkerson. Even I think Tucker DeVries is capable. A little bit of a liability on the defensive end, but Lamar Wilkerson, I mean, just went insane last night. The first part of that game, I just looked up at the scoreboards like, wow, he's got 21 points. And then that started to grow as he hit more threes, and then he hit more, and then another, and then another, and then another. And I look up, and the guy's got 40. That was pretty cool. The atmosphere in Assembly Hall was really good on Monday night. Wilkerson just played out of his mind, and that's all you can ask for, and that's why you brought him in here.
And it wasn't just him. They scored 56 points in the second half. What was working so well?
I think they just figured it out. I mean, it's quite simple. They just figured out how to play. The first half, most of the first half was not particularly amazing. I felt like they played well in spurts. I felt like this was one of the more complete games they put together the entire season. Second half, shooting's contagious. You and I both know how contagious shooting can be for one team, and they just got hot in the second half. Lamar hit some threes. Nick Dorn, who's come on of late, hit threes. They got the post game going with Sam Alexis. He played really well. So there's a lot of pieces to this team that I think can be really, really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to be able to do here down the stretch.
All right, Grant, before we go, Darren Peterson did not play for Kansas last night, but Flory Bidunga made sure that Arizona was no longer unbeaten.
He really played well. I mean, this guy is going to be a steal for an NBA team. I don't know if it'll be in this draft or the 2027 draft, but it's just hard to believe a kid that came into Kokomo, Indiana is doing this and playing at the highest level of college basketball. I had a chance there when it was right after his senior year. There was a big AAU tournament in Indianapolis, and Bill Self happened to be there, and I kind of wedged my way down near Bill Self and started talking to him,
like you do.
Yeah, I told him about how I knew Flory a little bit in high school. I wouldn't say we were friends, but we were mutuals, I guess. We knew the same people. And I told Bill Self about Flory, and he goes, he's going to be a great player for us. Maybe not his freshman year, but his sophomore year, which is right now. He's really going to take off, and he has. Just they got him stronger. I think they got him more coordinated on the basketball floor. I mean, the guy was a great high school basketball player. He came in and just dominated high school basketball for 3 years at Kokomo. But Kokomo's not Kansas, right? It's a whole different level. And they have tweaked some things about his game, like he maybe just a little bit uncoordinated. They got his footwork right. They got his motor right. They got his skill around the basket right. Not that his skill around the basket wasn't already good. They made it great.
All right, Grant, what's coming up on the IU report on Tuesday night?
A lot of stuff here. It's one of the first IU reports in a while that we are not just talking football.
That's right.
Which is crazy, in February. 3 weeks ago, they won the national championship, by the way, if anyone forgot. We'll be talking about their big win against Oregon, big win against Wisconsin as well, which was great on Saturday, the way they won the game in overtime. The turnaround 2 days later, beating Oregon. They'll have Illinois coming up. We'll talk that. Last night, they honored the 1976 undefeated national championship team. We'll talk about how it was kind of fitting that Arizona, who was undefeated last night, got beat by Kansas. I feel like that was pretty fitting for that time. Miami of Ohio is still undefeated, but somebody's going to get them at some point. They're playing in the MAC. And then also, I think one of the bigger news is that Indiana will finally put up a statue for Bob Knight at Assembly Hall, which was pretty cool to be there when they announced that, and to see Pat be able to come back and represent the family was really cool. It got kind of dusty there in Section C, row 20, seat 107 last night for me. So, those are some of the things we're going to be talking about on the IU report, and looking forward to recording that later today.
In the Missouri Valley on Monday, Southern Indiana beat Indiana State 80-65. Valpo beat Drake 81-76, and Evansville beat Illinois State 88-80. Good night for the Indiana schools. And the big game of the night in the MVC was a Bradley 95-84 overtime upset of Belmont to get within a game of first place. Of course, Grant and I mentioned the Kansas win over Arizona State. That leaves Miami of Ohio as the only unbeaten team in the country at 24-0. The Red Hawks are still only number 23 in the nation. The new AP Top 10 came out Monday, and it's Arizona, Michigan, Houston, Duke, Iowa State, UConn, Nebraska, Illinois, Kansas, and Michigan State. Purdue drops from number 12 to number 13 after beating Oregon in their only game last week. Jake Dunn and I will talk about the Purdue-Nebraska game a little later when we look ahead to this evening. Also, Louisville freshman Michael Brown scored 45 points in the number 23 Cardinals' 118-77 win over NC State. He will be a top 10 pick in June. We feared the worst, and it is the worst. Future Pacers star Johnny Furphy is done for the year after an ACL tear, adding to the Pacers' 25-26 injury woes. He has reportedly been taken to the hospital for special surgery in New York City, where the tear was discovered. And oh yeah, the Pacers play their rivals, the New York Knicks, tonight. Here's our guy Mike Rich to try to put a positive spin on all of this. Mike, 3 days ago, if I said name one Pacer who you wouldn't want to see go down with an ACL tear the rest of the year, Johnny Furphy would have been way up there, wouldn't he?
He would have definitely been in the top three. Yeah, just seeing that injury last night was it was devastating. I mean, just a young kid. I mean, that's the one thing he's got really going for him is being young. He'll definitely recover probably 9 to 12 months, and he's going to have a lot of support with Halliburton kind of going through rehab with his Achilles and soft tissue injuries, and I think he'll definitely have the support, but I can't wait for him to come back. He was having this was a really good year for him.
And the Pacers go to New York tonight, and it sure looks like Zubac is not going to play.
Yeah, it looks like he's nursing an ankle injury and probably will not play, and Toppin's not going to be back, so we're going to be, I think they only had 9 guys finish the game the other night, so I'm really curious to see who's coming up from the G League.
I told you the other day we predicted on the Pacers report what their record was going to be in their next 4 games, and I said I know they can go 0-4. I know they play the Wizards twice, but I know they could go 0-4. Mike, I hate this. I hate that we're a franchise with championship aspirations, and here we are hoping for losses.
Yeah, I really hate seeing it. I hate seeing injuries. I mean, that's the last thing you want to see. You hate seeing guys go out with injuries. I really was looking at this year for some of those younger guys like Furphy and Walker, and to just get some minutes. And 0-4 in the next 4 is highly likely. I think I had 1 win out of the next 4 games, and I'm sweating that. Looking ahead to Tuesday's action in Central Indiana, Purdue has not been playing good basketball. Even in their 2 most recent wins, it really hasn't been good. Number 13 Boilermakers get another shot to start gaining some momentum heading into the latter part of the season and the postseason when they visit number 8 Nebraska on Tuesday night. Purdue is going for its 20th win in their 4th straight season and 15th time under Matt Painter. They are 19-4 overall, 9-3 in the Big Ten, 2 games behind league leading Michigan. The Cornhuskers are already at 21 wins, their 3rd season in a row with 20, and just their 16th in 129 years. They are 10-2 under former Pacers head coach Fred Hoiberg. Should be a great game. Here is my friend Jake Dunn with a preview. He and I will be back on Wednesday with a response and more on our weekly Purdue Report. Jake, you and I have been referencing our confidence O-meter all year, and it has steadily gone down throughout the year. This one tonight could be one that kind of gets it back on track, couldn't it?
Yeah, going to be a tough road matchup. Nebraska's played really well this year. The environment's going to be, just insane. It's going to be a Mackey level environment tonight. And Fred Hoiberger's really got this Nebraska team turned around, and they're playing really well. And they're a fun team to watch. So even if Purdue loses, I think if you like basketball, you'll like watching this Nebraska team.
Really well-rounded. They do a little bit of everything well, not a lot of weaknesses.
No, not a lot of weaknesses. They've got really, it's a good roster here. Price Sanford, he's number 21, 6'7", junior, 210 pounds. He is their leading scorer, averages 17.2 points a game, shooting 41% from three on 8.5 attempts a game. I mean, he's kind of the perfect fit for Fred Hoiberg's system, and he's just a lights out shooter. So he can do more than that, though. He can do more than just shoot the three. So he's dynamic off the ball. He actually shoots 48% on threes coming off of screens. So can't really give him much space. And whenever the defense kind of sells out, he can always back cut and get to the rim too. So rink mass as well. Number 51. He's a senior, 6'10", 250 pounds. He's probably their most important player on offense. Kind of a unicorn, honestly. He's a big man, but he can facilitate and score as well. They use him quite a bit. He makes good reads, makes smart plays, and he can stretch teams out from three, which is something Purdue's kind of struggled against here. And then last player I'll mention here, Sam Hoiberg, Fred Hoiberg's son. He is a 6 foot senior, 180 pounds. So not a big guy per se, but he is probably going to be a candidate for the defensive Big Ten Player of the Year. He can lock you down for sure. He's smart, he's tough, and he is just an energy guy. So he's also pretty efficient on offense as well, shooting 63% from 2-point range and 41% from three on low volume, though. Doesn't turn the ball over much and gets a lot of steals. So Purdue's those are going to be kind of the three main guys who Purdue's going to have to focus on. But even outside of that, they have some guys that can go out and give you 20 on any given night.
What do you want to see from Purdue in this game?
I think the big thing is just defensive communication. It's got to be near perfect, especially in the environment that is going to be in Pinnacle Bank Arena. Nebraska's going to use a lot of screens, especially off the ball. So you need to be able to communicate there. We saw it a few times in the Oregon game where, and really throughout the season where players on Purdue just haven't really been synced up, defensively in terms of communication, and that's really came back to bite them. Got to play, smart. Got to make smart decisions with the ball. Be patient. Don't try and force anything. Really going to have to avoid turnovers here if you want any shot of beating them. Nebraska, they kind of force long possessions, and they don't give up too many offensive rebounds or second chance points, which is somewhere where Purdue has kind of shined a little bit here this year. And I think really the other thing is just you got to hit your open threes, especially the role players. Jakari Harris and CJ Cox both didn't shoot particularly well the last game. Those two, Jack Benner, Overmeyer, they really need to be able to shoot well here tonight.
And Jake and I will be reacting to that game and other stuff on this week's Purdue Report. Jake, I'm still a believer in this team, and I'm taking the Boilermakers by 6. What about you?
Wow. I think I'm going to take Nebraska. I'm going to take Nebraska by 6.
All right. Well, we'll see who's right. I think we both hope that I am.
Yeah, I certainly do.
All right. Jake, thanks so much as always for your time, and Boiler up.
Yeah, thank you. Boiler up.
Purdue, Nebraska isn't the only Big Ten game on Tuesday. At 8 o'clock, it's Ben Hummerkaus and the Illinois Fighting Illini against Wisconsin in Champaign. The Illini are 20-4 overall, 11-2 in the Big Ten. Wisconsin 6-7, 8-4. And of course, the 13-40 Pacers are at the 34-19 Knicks at 7:30. New York is in second place in the Eastern Conference, tied with Boston 5.5 games behind East leading Detroit. New York, of course, in his first season under head coach Mike Brown. And the Boom are in Canada to face the Long Island Nets. The Nets beat Noblesville 110-94 on Sunday. The Boom finally return home for an 11 a.m. game Thursday
at the arena at Innovation Mile. Also in the G League, former New Albany star Sean East had 27 points and 7 assists in the Salt Lake City Stars win over the San Diego Clippers. Of the 3 stars that I covered at New Albany during their championship runs, Sean was the least likely to still be playing professional sports right now. We also have some high school sports on Tuesday. We start with the diving regionals. Delta's Greer Backus, a senior sectional champion, and the Blackford pair of Azaria Keys and Jordan Gephardt will dive at Fort Wayne Southside. Paige Wilson and Francesca Robinson of Fishers, and the Hamilton Heights duo of Maisie Morrison and Camille Powell. Carmel's Helena Gibson and Emily Linder, Noblesville's Erin McMahon, and Northwestern's Lauren Fisher will compete at the Homestead Diving Regional. Wilson and Gibson won sectional championships last Saturday. Gibson finished 3rd in the state last year. And to some boys basketball, it'll be 13-4 Frankton at 5-12 Wabash. The Eagles going for their 7th straight win, and we will have a reaction podcast with head coach Brent Brobston after the game. 7-9 Elwood is at 3-11 Southern Wells. Check out the Elwood Panthers report on Wednesday. And 6-8 Burris goes to 9-8 Alexandria. The Tigers have won 4 of their last 6. Burris has already won 3 times as many games as they won all of last year with 6. 4-11 Madison Grant goes to 10-6 Lewis Cass. 14-4 Blackford is at 4-13 Delta. The Bruins have lost 4 and 5 after a 13-0 start. Check out our Blackford Bruins report with head coach Aaron Daniels on Tuesday, and we will have his reaction to Tuesday night's game against West Dell. 7-8 Eastbrook goes to 3-12 Daleville. Eastbrook has lost 6 in a row after a 7-2 start. 5-12 Mississinawa goes to 12-4 Pendleton Heights. The Arabians have lost 2 in a row after an 8-game win streak. 11-6 Taylor goes to 11-5 Lapel, 2 of the sectional contenders at Elwood in March. 15-2 Rossville is at 7-10 Western. The Hornets have won 6 in a row. 5-10 Tipton goes to 9-7 Yorktown. The Tigers have won 3 straight in their first year under head coach Justin Ullum. Tipton has lost 3 straight in their first year under head coach Tommy Newton. And in the game of the night, 17-12 Mount Vernon goes to 16-3 Pike. The Marauders have won 10 in a row. The Red Devils have won 4 straight and 7 of 8. 9-8 New Pal goes to 14-5 Guerin. Both teams are hot. Guerin has won 6 straight. The Dragons have won 3 in a row. 10-7 Hamilton Heights is at 9-7 Westfield. The Huskies have won 10 games in a row after an 0-7 start, but have a huge test tonight at Westfield. 12-3 Carmel goes to 11-7 Brownsburg. The Bulldogs have won 3 in a row. 12-4 University goes to 8-9 Lebanon. 14-3 Cathedral's at 14-4 Liberty Christian in a really good one. Cathedral's won 7 in a row. Liberty has won 8 in a row, including big wins recently over University and Lawrence Central. 7-8 APA is at 6-8 Knightstown. 13-5 Cecina goes to 10-5 Anderson. The Indians have rebounded from 3 straight losses with back-to-back wins over Richmond and North Central. 5-10 Marian's at 9-10 Warsaw. 10-6 North Miami goes to 10-7 Eastern. The Comets have won 3 straight and 7 of their last 8. And 7-10 Carroll is at 2-3 Mechanicsville. And now you know everything I know about Central Indiana sports. Thanks so much for listening. Please do us a huge favor and share this podcast. We'll be back tomorrow. The Central Indiana Sports Report is a product of ITG Media, and I love Susie.